I want to fight him, bro, because he been tricking the boxing game for too long. He been tricking the boxing game for too long. He makes shit look good. He makes shit look better than what it is.
Well, it seems like the wait is finally over. The fight that fans have been discussing, debating, and even doubting is now official. Tank and Keyshawn Davis are set to face off in late 2025 or early 2026.
You are good. You are real good. But there's levels to this game, Keyshawn.
Okay, we gonna talk about levels. Okay, just know it's levels.
This fight has the boxing world buzzing with anticipation, and for good reason. Keyshawn Davis is brimming with confidence, ready to take on what he boldly refers to as target practice against one of boxing's most feared finishers. He's been backing up his words with impressive performances against every opponent he's faced so far.
Hey, Shakur, like I was telling Bud, it's either you or Keyshawn's gonna get tanked, so the walls are closing in, so awesome.
It's gonna be him though.
It makes sense, he's closer.
Big brother alert.
At 11-0 with 8 KOs, the 24-year-old Olympic silver medalist has been making his mark in the lightweight division with a unique combination of speed, technical precision, and toughness. Standing at 5 feet 9 inches, he holds a height advantage over the compact powerhouse Tank, who measures 5 feet 5 inches.
But also, we gonna come back to Norfolk, man, so y'all don't forget about me. Y'all keep supporting DB3. But world title definitely gonna be next, 2025. We got big plans for everybody in the boxing world. Hey, Gervonta, knock, knock.
Keyshawn believes his height, reach, and skill set will be the deciding factors in this matchup, likening it to the iconic 1964 clash between a young, fleet-footed Cassius Clay and the feared heavyweight Sonny Liston. "My jabs are crazy," Keyshawn said in a recent interview. "I've got that shot, the left hook, the right. My speed is crazy, my defense is crazy. I'm not saying Tank doesn't have skills, but I've got more weapons."
This Keyshawn, this new guy, he's 140 pounds. He's not bad.
Yeah.
Keyshawn Davis. That's him right there, isn't it?
Ooh, no, I thought he was.
Ooh, there we go right here.
Keyshawn's vision for this fight is crystal clear. He sees himself as the technician and strategist who will outsmart and outlast Tank. However, he's not dismissing the dangers. "We all know what Tank's got. He's got that one shot to knock you out," Keyshawn acknowledges, showing respect for Tank's impressive record of 28 knockouts in 30 wins. He understands that even a momentary lapse against a fighter like Tank could lead to disaster. Yet, Keyshawn remains confident that his arsenal of skills and athleticism will keep him out of harm's way. To him, Tank's power is just a single weapon, while he possesses an entire toolbox of abilities.
For his power, but when I started, like when I was attacking and trying to set stuff up, like he got like good upper body movement and he got some good legs when he used them. So he surprised me with his defense. But it was a very technical fight. Technical sparring match, and I definitely learned that. Like I said,
Keyshawn's rise has been nothing short of extraordinary. His second-round knockout of Gustavo Lemos on November 8th marked another significant step in his journey to greatness. Fully aware of what's at stake, Keyshawn knows that a dominant performance against Lemos solidifies his place among the lightweight division's elite. Each victory brings him closer to his ultimate goal, facing and defeating Gervonta Davis.
I don't need you, bro. If you want to fight me, send me a contract, but if you don't, I'm going to be just as popular fighting you or not fighting you. I'm gonna make my money fighting you or not fighting you. So don't get it twisted like I'm chasing after you. I'm not chasing you. Little dude, little dwarf, Oopa Loopa.
Keyshawn's journey hasn't been without its challenges. In addition to Lemos, his recent bouts tested his mettle, especially against a relentless Mexican fighter who refused to back down. That fight pushed Keyshawn to dig deep, relying on his defensive skills to stay in control. It echoed the intensity of his 2020 Olympic final against Cuba's Andy Cruz, a match that pushed his mental fortitude to the limit. Each of these encounters has shaped Keyshawn, helping him refine his style and strengthen his self-belief, knowing that every step brings him closer to his destined showdown with Gervonta Davis.
I would prefer Tank Davis, the top guy. I would go for the top guy. If I could choose, I would choose Tank Davis. I would not Tank short out. Tank is a great fighter. Hats off to Tank. I'm not even about to just do all that. Like Tank.
Keyshawn's confidence in facing Tank is undeniably bold, with his claim of target practice against a fighter of Tank's caliber raising eyebrows. Yet, Keyshawn firmly believes he's earned the right to make such statements. He sees Tank as a power-reliant brawler, someone who starts fights cautiously and struggles against taller, ringier opponents. Keyshawn is convinced that his superior movement, reach, and ability to maintain distance will disrupt Tank's rhythm, forcing him into risky moves that could create prime opportunities for counters.
Tank for sure got all the skill, all the ability in the world. Tank is one of the few fighters that I got real respect.
When people see me fight Tank, they're going to see me landing my shots with precision, Keyshawn declared, painting a vivid picture of the fight. In his vision, he's the matador and Tank is the bull, charging forward, relying on that one devastating punch. Keyshawn, however, has no plans to make it easy. He's prepared to move, jab, and slip, forcing Tank to pay for every step forward. Boxing fans appreciate the power of a good analogy, and Keyshawn doesn't hesitate to draw parallels between himself and the sport's greatest legends.
Made you want to fight Frank Martin. Tank, if you saying out your own mouth, Frank is ass, okay.
He views himself as the Cassius Clay to Tank's Sonny Liston, the younger, quicker technician who will outsmart and outmaneuver the heavier-handed powerhouse. It's a bold comparison, but Keen's performances in the ring support his claims. His agility, fight IQ, and ring generalship have earned praise from both fans and pundits, with many considering him the next great American lightweight.
It's a stat card.
Time out. Was he selling 10,000 tickets at 11-0? But I'm not worth mentioning. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Make it make sense.
For Keyshawn, this fight is more than just another bout. It's an opportunity to showcase his skills on the grandest stage and prove he belongs in the pantheon of greats. Clay Jr. versus Liston was more than just a fight. It was a turning point in boxing. I'm ready to be part of that shift, Keyshawn says. He understands the historical significance of his words, but he's ready to bear the weight of them.
You know what I mean? Just given the opportunity, that's all it is.
You got two little brothers that is closing on Tank. You know, one of them gonna get him.
One of them gonna get him.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great night of boxing when they do.
While Keyshawn is laser-focused on preparing for his upcoming fights, Tank has been keeping himself busy with some verbal sparring on social media. Tank recently took to X to poke fun at Floyd and Kid Austin Schofield, the WBA's #2 lightweight, after Schofield's victory over Rene Heron. Schofield, who fell to the canvas after an awkward moment in his corner, found himself on the receiving end of Tank's taunts, with the champ posting, "Head off and stop letting your dad cut your hair." Adding fuel to the fire, Schofield didn't hold back, responding with, "You can be next," signaling his desire for a showdown with the unbeaten Tank. Fans are eating up the drama, as Tank's public exchanges have kept the lightweight division buzzing. However, Keyshawn isn't interested in the sideshow antics. He's made it clear that his focus is on the fight itself. "I'm here to fight, not tweet," he said. "Let Tank talk. When he's done, I'll be ready." The confirmation of Keyshawn's fight with Tank signals a monumental moment for the lightweight division, with Tank set to defend his title against Lamont Roach in January and Keyshawn continuing to build his case for a title shot. The timeline is shaping up for an epic clash by late 2025 or early 2026. The stakes couldn't be higher for Tank. A victory would further cement his legacy as one of boxing's elite. For Keyshawn, it's an opportunity to announce himself as the future of the sport. Keyshawn isn't content to merely be another contender. He wants to be the new face of boxing. In Tank, he sees the perfect opponent, a dangerous, respected champion who represents everything he's been working toward. Keyshawn knows that defeating Tank would propel him into superstardom, but he's not taking the fight for granted. Tank's a legend, but even legends can be beaten.
Teofimo been doing a lot of talking lately, so hey, I go up to 140 and fight Teofimo. What's up? Get this win tonight. Teofimo, you already know how I'm coming. You and your father. So let's set it up. I come straight to 140.
However, as much as most fans want to see this fight, we might actually get a rematch with Garcia. The buzz around a potential rematch between Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Kingreet Garcia is undeniable, especially with both fighters' names hotter than ever. Their 2023 clash was an electric showdown, marking one of boxing's biggest cross-promotional events in recent years. Both men dared to put their undefeated records on the line, and the spectacle was rewarded with a knockout performance from Tank, who dropped Garcia in the second round and sealed the deal with a brutal body shot in the 7th.
That fight is going to be hard for Tank. Ryan is bigger, he's taller, he's fast, he's accurate, and he stays on top of guys.
For Ryan Garcia, that fight is far from over. Since he hit the canvas that April night, Garcia has been outspoken about the circumstances he believes hindered him. A 136 pounds catch weight and a rehydration clause prevented him from entering the ring fully charged. At least, that's his argument. Now, with the possibility of a rematch on the horizon, Garcia's confidence is growing, driven by the belief that under more favorable conditions, he could emerge victorious. The original fight featured unusual stipulations. Both fighters were required to weigh in at 136 pounds, 1 pound over the lightweight limit, and Garcia was restricted by a rehydration clause that limited him to gaining no more than 10 pounds by fight night. These conditions, set by Tank's camp, have become central to Garcia's post-fight analysis, with Garcia claiming they drained his energy and placed him at a significant disadvantage.
Like I said before, every time he has came to me, when I say who you want to fight, it doesn't matter. So he don't pick and choose. So if y'all want to criticize anybody, criticize me, or criticize Leonard Ellaby, or criticize whoever, but don't criticize the fighters.
Oscar De La Hoya, Garcia's promoter and a former world champion himself, also voiced concerns about these clauses before the fight even took place. While De La Hoya was initially against Garcia accepting such conditions, he ultimately respected his fighter's decision to take on the challenge. Recently, however, he spoke with refreshing honesty about a potential rematch, saying, "Does Ryan beat Tank if he doesn't have the rehydration clause? I don't know. I just do not know. Tank is very skillful. He's a beast."
We gotta run back. Hey, look.
De La Hoya's comments reflect the respect Tank has earned across the boxing world. Gervonta Davis isn't just a power puncher. He's a tactician, a fighter who adapts to his opponents and possesses a killer instinct that has propelled him to stardom. De La Hoya recognizes this, and while he believes in his fighter, he's also aware of the mountain Garcia faces. Since their bout, Tank has only solidified his position at the top.
You mean to tell me Ryan Garcia's team let him get in the Tank fight with an injured rib? Now, y'all think I'm making that up? Foul on his team. Listen to this.
A test from God! Yeah!
After beating Garcia, Tank was elevated to WBA lightweight world champion and has already defended that title against Frank Martin with a crushing knockout, adding another highlight to his growing reel. Next, Tank will face Lamont Roach Jr. in December, and he's expected to showcase the same unrelenting ferocity that has become his trademark. Tank has never been one to shy away from letting his fists do the talking, but that hasn't stopped him from engaging in verbal skirmishes with potential opponents online.
It's over for this guy. Give him a year, 2 or less. No discipline, no dedication. He showed y'all on All Access, and it went right over y'all head.
Recently, Tank has exchanged barbs with fighters like Floyd and Kid Austin Schofield, a rising star at lightweight. But Garcia, it seems, has earned a special place in Tank's crosshairs, and the feeling is mutual. For both fighters, a rematch would mean more than just a chance to settle a score, it would be a statement. Since his loss to Davis, Garcia has moved up to 140 pounds, believing that the super lightweight division is a better fit for his frame and style. He's set to face Oscar Duarte on December 2nd, and this fight could very well serve as a preview of what's to come should he meet Tank at 140 pounds.
Who did Tank fight that he didn't even weight train or make them move up and weight? But I'm talking about the last kind of ish dog he fought was Pedraza. After that,
Garcia's confidence is unmistakable. He's been outspoken about what he sees as Tank's weaknesses, particularly his preference for counterpunching and low punch output, which Garcia believes he can exploit in a rematch. Tank's good, but he's not better than me. I don't care that he beat me, Garcia said in a recent interview with Boxing News, brushing off his loss as a result of the catch weight and rehydration clause. Garcia even referred to the stipulations as borderline cheating. His message is clear. With different conditions, he's confident the outcome would be completely different.
Ryan, he's crazy. He's crazy. Talk about rematch. He said I was the best at 135 to 42. He said that. Say he won't fight me again.
Along with his renewed confidence, Garcia is outspoken about other fighters he believes could defeat Tank. He's firmly stated that Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, both highly skilled lightweights, would also beat Davis. "I'll beat him next time. Somebody's going to beat him. Devin Haney would beat him. Shakur would beat him," Garcia declared. His words carry a tone of defiance, and perhaps even a touch of vengeance, as he aims to rewrite his narrative with Tank.
It's just, you know, if somebody did you like that, you want to take it because I did that already. I tried to do it fair. I tried to.
Their first fight didn't just make headlines for the knockout. It became a spectacle that transcended boxing, drawing mainstream attention and breaking pay-per-view records. Fans witnessed two young, undefeated fighters, one from Mayweather Promotions and the other from De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, meet in the ring in a rare display of cross-promotional collaboration. The bout was a perfect storm of high stakes, dramatic build-up, and raw talent, with each fighter bringing his own loyal legion of fans.
Just one. I just need this one. Trust me. The left hook.
I only need one too.
Okay.
Forget that too.
That's fine. All right, then we both got it. We both got it.
Like, come on, bro.
I can't hear you.
I touched that.
For Garcia, however, the loss stings not because he faced defeat, but because of how it happened. He doesn't believe Tank exposed any fundamental weaknesses in his game. Instead, he's convinced that Tank won because Garcia wasn't allowed to compete at full capacity. Now, the focus has shifted from their first fight to a potential rematch, one with no conditions, a clean slate where both fighters can enter the ring fresh and at their best.
Oh, good angle. Good angle.
However, one thing still remains. Keyshawn might not be the one to match Tank's skills just yet, but luckily for him, he has a fight that could make the showdown happen sooner, and that's against Andy Cruz. While Tank's focus remains on a future fight with the formidable Keyshawn, it's Cruz who could prove to be the biggest obstacle on his path to glory. With a storied history between these two fighters dating back to their amateur days, the potential clash is more than just another fight. It's a battle for respect, redemption, and a clear shot at the throne in the lightweight division.
That other southpaw on the other side of the street, this is an example for you, but I probably can do you a little earlier than that. You and Earl keep saying this, that, and third. I want to fight, but y'all calling out other fighters. Why is that?
Recently, Keyshawn Davis threw shade at Cruz, hinting that his team had reached out for a fight but received little interest from Cruz's side. This comment didn't sit well with the Cuban boxer, who responded with a sharp retort on social media. Cruz, a gold medalist from the Tokyo Olympics, had a simple yet stinging reply: "My son, knock knock. Send me the contract." With those words, Cruz made it crystal clear that he's not backing down from a fight with Davis. In fact, he's hungry for it.
That though, that Keyshawn Davis is ready to step into the ring with one of those guys and fight for a world title?
Truth be told, Brian, I literally just got off the phone. I just hung up the phone with Shakur, saying I gotta do an interview with you. And I'm like, cool, what you think? Like, because I'm a person that really...
Cruz doesn't just want to fight. He wants to reclaim his dominance over a familiar opponent. Their history isn't just about regular matchups. Cruz defeated Keyshawn not once, but 4 times in the amateurs, each victory highlighting the Cuban's superior ring IQ, technical precision, and mental edge. The most memorable of these encounters was their meeting in the 2020 Olympic final, where Cruz walked away with the gold medal and handed Keyshawn a decisive 4-1 loss. Now, Cruz wants to pick up where he left off and silence any doubts about his superiority once and for all.
It's a guy that's bigger than him. Come on now, if I touch him, what's gonna happen? Talk about that. Everybody wanna talk about, oh, Keyshawn, what if he touch you? What if I touch him? Yeah, okay.
For Cruz, this is the beginning of his ascent to greatness. He's no longer satisfied with climbing the ranks. He wants the big fights, the bright lights, and the legacy that only a clash with someone like Tank Davis can offer. Adding fuel to the fire, Cruz has voiced his frustration over the preferential treatment he feels Keyshawn has received. While Keyshawn Davis has been carefully guided by top-ranked promotions, avoiding risky matchups to build his record, Cruz hasn't been afforded the same luxury. Top Rank chose to back Keyshawn instead of signing Cruz, a decision Cruz sees as emblematic of the politics that often shape boxing careers. In Cruz's eyes, Davis has been groomed for success, protected from threats that could expose weaknesses, and that's why Cruz is so eager to get Keyshawn in the ring. He's convinced he can outclass Davis just as he did in the amateurs. This protective strategy by Top Rank is a familiar one in boxing, where promising prospects are often shielded from high-risk opponents to preserve their undefeated records. However, this approach comes at a cost for Keyshawn, the looming shadow of doubt. While he's demonstrated explosive power, speed, and skill against his opponents, none have been on the level of Cruz. Cruz knows this, and he's taunting Keyshawn, challenging him to step up to a fight that would finally put the truth to the test. For Keyshawn, there's no escaping the specter of his past with Cruz.
Key, your father Andy Cruz back. Like, damn.
In the eyes of the boxing community, Keyshawn's unbeaten record in the pros doesn't erase the 4 losses he suffered at Cruz's hands. Those defeats are a part of his story, haunting him like unfinished business. Every time Keyshawn talks about Tank, the shadow of Cruz looms in the background. And Cruz is quick to remind everyone of it, eager to turn Keyshawn's ambitious pursuit of Tank into an unfulfilled dream.
Is Keyshawn ready based on this performance to take on Tank Davis, and how does that fight play
I
out?
feel like Keyshawn is ready to take on a guy like Tank. I think that Keyshawn is one of the most skillful fighters in.
If Keyshawn were to avoid Cruz and continue his climb toward a shot at Tank Davis, he would face scrutiny from fans and critics alike. There's a strong argument that facing and defeating Cruz would solidify his legitimacy and erase any doubts about his readiness to step into the ring with a champion like Tank. The boxing world has seen it before, an undefeated contender propelled to a title shot without facing the true tests, only to be exposed on the biggest stage. Keyshawn knows this, and while he's expressed confidence in his ability to fight anyone in his division, his reluctance to face Cruz speaks volumes. With Top Rank backing Keyshawn and Matchroom supporting Cruz, promotional politics could complicate matters. However, one thing is clear, the demand for this fight is growing. There's a strong segment of fans eager to see Keyshawn go toe-to-toe with Cruz first. If Keyshawn were to win, most fans would be convinced that he's taken his game to the next level. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.